Hi guys. You know me from Reddit? That sucks. Hello friends. Hi Paradoxine. Him. What's wrong with it? I'll figure it out. How are you guys? Oh, is it like super choppy? Orange and laggy. Is it better? Should be better. Make it better. Hello, lately, no. Damn. My speaker's dead. I plugged it in, but I need to get a new micro USB. Is it still lagging? Still choppy a little bit? Fuck. Well, if it doesn't stabilize, because I have it now connected to this phone, my old busted up phone, because the service is a little bit better, but it's also like a prepaid service, so I don't really know if it's very good. So if it stays choppy, I'll try to connect to their Wi-Fi. I don't know what's wrong with these things. Hi Trip. Hi Lori. Hi Bien. Hi Mind Hunter. How are you guys doing today? Did I Sonic kiss that man? I don't know what that means. Okay, Chainsaw Massacre. Like I said, if it stays busted up, just let me know. Did I see Sonic kiss a man? No. I haven't really been watching Sonic too much lately. I'll admit that, like, New York doesn't appeal to me in that way. Like, I don't, like... There are some streams that I watch just for the sake of, like, watching the area where they took place, and I think, like, Japan was that. India a little bit, but not really. Sometimes London. I'll check out when people are streaming there. And I would say like anywhere like a place that I've been or a place that I've never been that I'm really curious about. But I feel like New York, I've seen too much, and so I don't really watch it for the sake of watching it. Not to mention I love Sonic, but he does a lot of, and I say this being a total hypocrite, he does a lot of like face streaming. If that makes sense. And so like for the sake of being in a town that I've never been to, you know, so I don't watch him too often. I should though. He has Sonic is a gay man in New York. Well, he's amongst friends, isn't he? Did I kiss him once upon a time? Yeah. It was okay. I don't remember. I was like blackout drunk. We're back. You know, Trip, if I could, I would, but I don't think it's going to be on Spotify on their playlist. I guess it's probably on Spotify. It's not hard to get your music on Spotify. Sneaker Shop has the glass frame has the same glass frames as mine, Zenny Optical, on his latest upload. Nice. I use Zenny. These are my Zennies. I also have my sunglasses on me at night. I need to get new prescription sunglasses because these ones are like a little bit small for my face, for my big old head. The first thing I did when I bought like new glasses after getting a new prescription was get prescription sunglasses, because for the last like 10 years I haven't had prescription sunglasses because it just seemed like, you know, it was like a little bit too expensive. Then I was like, oh, you know, Zenny does, and it's really not that expensive. I don't need to have anything nice, just something to protect my eyes. So I got these, and I'm like so happy to have them, especially now living in Florida because it's so friggin' bright all the time. Hi, Monique. What do we have to discuss? Do tell. Thank you, Trip. Dwayne, I do believe on my last stream I discussed whether or not. Do you like the grocery stores in Florida better than Washington? So far, the only grocery store I've really been to here is Publix, and Publix is pretty expensive. They do have some cool stuff that I hadn't seen in Washington, but I don't know if that's just the matter of like being in a different like state, different area of the country. I do miss some things in Washington that I can't get here, but I would say one of the big things that I haven't seen here that I loved about Washington was white coffee. Aldi is the way for cheap groceries. I did order groceries for delivery once from, there's one that's like a Spanish grocery store, but it's pretty good. Walmart for cheaper prices, yeah. When I think about ICE's arrest, it's still a developing issue, isn't it? It is certainly a, you know, play stupid games, win stupid prizes sort of thing. And I think I discussed this on my last stream a little bit. I'm really like kind of curious to see what happens with them like being stuck there. Hi, Jose. Publix is only good for their subs, and they're not even that good. Well, okay, so the only Publix I really ever go to is, sorry, somebody sent me a reel, so I'm watching it real quick. Okay, so what was I saying? So, pub subs. The bread is really good, but the only one I really go to is the one that's near downtown. Although I'm closer to another one, I think, now. But the reason I don't like going and getting pub subs is because the one downtown is so slow. Like, the people who work there suck. Been riding trains and hitchhiking? That's awesome, Jose. Spurs, what did you say? It would be funny? What would be funny? shops. Lake Eola Publix, yeah. What country am I traveling to? No country soon. I used to live above that one on like the Paramount. I ran initiative. Well, let me tell you. One time I made an online order there and they like, it was for 2 sandwiches because it was when I was still with my ex and he went to go pick them up. And they had one in the little like case where you pick it up, but the other one somebody must have grabbed or they just didn't make it or something. And he like went, hey, there's supposed to be another one on this order. And they're like, well, we would have made it. We don't have a ticket. And he's like, okay, well, it's not here. Like, we didn't pay for him yet, so can we get that made? And they were like giving him attitude about it. It was really annoying. Out back in the middle of those 2 bloomin' onions, high hypervigilance. Oh my goodness. I think my speaker died. So let me replay that. Sorry, it's gonna play over my phone speaker. I wish it didn't. Or like I could play it through here or something. Well, the dog, Dwayne? I don't know. You guys can't hear me? So you guys can probably hear the TTS. Let me replay it.
Captain Coke said $10, enjoy one on me.
Probably can't hear me right now. I don't know how long it'll take for you to hear me again. I didn't bring my cord to charge my speaker. Hi, lovely Lisa. Hi, BG. Captain Coke, thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate it. That helps out a lot. I'm chilling just for like an hour or so. I'm chilling for like an hour or so. I have a buddy coming to crash at my place and I need to meet up with them at some point. But I figured I'd have a couple beers and chill with you guys while I wait for them. Well, Amanda Pfeiffer, you're so funny. I've heard you're Pebs. Is that true or not? What do I think of Madonna being hospitalized in the ICU? I didn't know that. I hope she's okay. I mean, she's what, like 60, 65, 66 now? Hopefully her health is okay. Who's coming to crash your place? Nobody you guys know. Just a friend. And Captain Coke, did you mean to put like a song with that? I guess there's music playing out here. I tried to like sit outside to see if I could like avoid having loud music, but Pebs went gooch shush. 63? Is she only 63? I guess, yeah, she's like exactly my mom's age, I think. Wait, how old is my mom? Never mind, I guess she's younger than my mom. Am I moving in with Chop? Never. Someone started a like counter? Yeah, I say like a lot. I'm from Southern California. I'm 57, that sounds about right. She's 8 years older than me. Okay. Yeah, my mom was born in like 58. You're good? Okay. Cool, Captain Coke. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It's a man. Yes, sleeping on the futon. I'm glad that I have that available for people because it's not cheap to stay in Orlando. I'm not sitting next to a speaker. Yeah, actually, the speaker's like all the way across the patio. It's just kind of loud. It's very, very dead at this bar. I walked in and nobody was here. but there's like one, but I think it'll be louder because it doesn't have an outdoor space. Monique, I'm not gonna tell you everything. I'm gonna keep some of my own secrets. I'm allowed to have friends. Actually, I have a lot of friends here. Taking the shot film. Well, I don't live in California. It's very humid. Let's see. What's been going on since I talked to you guys last? I'm gonna talk to you guys last day before yesterday, where I had my stream. When's the wedding? No wedding. I appreciate that, Monique. It's somebody I know well. They've stayed at my house before. Nubo, you already said you knew me from Reddit. Everybody left because the music is on 11. It shouldn't be. You should be able to hear me fine. It's not really even that loud, I don't think. I'm trying to think of what's going on in my life. Unfortunately, I've had just like, because my work has been closed for the renovations, I haven't been doing a whole lot. I've been sort of just like sitting and reading and chilling. Hi, Yocha. The Stocks, I love your dedication to the James Worley facts. I've seen you in kick streams as well. Is it a lonely time in your life when you thought streaming would bring you so much more? Honestly, like, I have a lot of people I can hang out with, and I have a lot of people I do hang out with. But I would say that, like, I really enjoy having time to myself. And especially with the heat being what it is in Florida, I'm not really trying to, like, be outside a whole lot. So I've been enjoying my air conditioning. Why do I live with Sonic in New York? No way. Black Keys? No. Start with a B. Orange County, they used to have lots and lots of citrus in Central Florida. I wonder what happened. I don't know. I mean, it's probably like California because, like, you know, California had a lot of citrus. When I was 18, I lived in Ventura County, California. I lived in Ventura, but it was technically Saticoy, which is like this little majority Hispanic town sort of on the outskirts as you go out towards Santa Clarita. And when I would take the bus to work, because I worked in Ventura, lived in Saticoy, and I didn't have a car at the time, because I didn't learn to drive until I was 21. So I took the bus a lot, and like there would be just like a mile of orange groves, lemon groves. I don't think any limes. Maybe limes. There's a lot of wild lime trees in California. %80 of the juices come from Brazil. Interesting. You've been to the Lisa in Miami? No. Do I turn my AC to 64 at night? No, I keep it on 69 at all times. Not only because it's comfortable, but because it's a sunny number. I'm an adult. It's all good in Florida. It's so beautiful outside, just as inside next to the AC. During summer. Most of the non-juicers come from Southern California. Interesting. So like the actual, and that's, I mean, California, a lot of produce comes from California. It's kind of funny, like, you know, working in restaurants in Washington State and here, I've seen a lot of produce that comes from my hometown in California. Like a lot of it's Arroyo Grande, especially like green peppers and stuff. A lot of it comes from Arroyo Grande, California, which is like where I went to school when I was, what year was that? First grade. Hate Miami. Miami's basically Cuba. I haven't been to Miami yet. Pick up some guys, get some numbers, DSM. I'm okay. I'm just streaming for a little bit while I'm waiting for my friend to get into town. I don't think they want to be on stream. The song was 1901 Phoenix. Phoenix. His voice sounds like the guy from Black Kids. It's not Black Keys, I don't think. Maybe it's Black Kids. I'm unfortunately sitting in a bar that's off of Orange Avenue, which is, what is today? Sunday? I guess it doesn't really matter. A lot of people like to, you know, drive down Orange in their very annoying loud cars. What's my favorite meal to cook in the kitchen? I like to do prep. Most of the food that we make is not terribly difficult, but there's some like prep stuff that we do that takes like up to 8 hours to do. And I really have always enjoyed doing prep work. Like using a smoker or, you know, making sauces, stuff like that. That's kind of the sort of things that I like. This is the Killers, yeah, I think. Sounds like them. Did I ever go to concerts like in the past, or do I still? I do still, sometimes. It's been a little bit though. California is the breadbasket of the USA. Midwest has the beef. Florida's got the citrus. Michigan got the cherries. Cherries, interesting. Washington State has, what do we have? We have apples and we have hops. Thanks, Brent. I say. I don't live there anymore. Was I a scene kid? Yes, absolutely. But okay, so when I was a teenager, scene was not quite the same as it was in like the 2010s. So I was a scenester in the 2000s where like we still had like, you know, the side part with the choppy hair and we only ever had one eye, but it was not like we didn't have like the raccoon tail hair things or anything. Hi, Christian. You getting it or what? I'm just having a beer. And I need to stream more often. I'm trying to be like, okay, well, if I'm gonna go have a beer, I might as well stream because I'm gonna be by myself anyway. What am I gonna do? Stare at my phone? Watch a stream on my phone while I have a beer? Why don't I just stream it? I can talk to you guys here. Such a hipster. That's why you hate me, DSM. What are my thoughts on JJ's drugged out rage on stream in NYC where he almost attacked a child? I did see a clip of that. I don't know if he was on drugs, but we definitely, you know, punched that thing right next to that baby, and I don't love that. Free stream on Kick, get a steak deal. I'm not sure if my internet's really good enough to dual stream right now. I do have the option on my Prism, and I tried to do it when I was in Stanford, I think. And then I also tried it on one of my desktop streams at home, and it had some errors. So I don't know if it's like the RCMP key that I'm using is fucked up somehow or what. What hoppy IPA do you fancy right now? I'm drinking a High Alive by Cigar City. You want to see what Scene Kid Me looked like? Do I have pictures? I'll do just fine. Since Blade is single, no. I'm not interested in Blade. What do I think about Blade and Beck parting ways? I think it's sad. I think, you know, it's going to be a big adjustment for both of them. I hope that it's healthier for both of them. I like Beck and I like Blade, both in their different ways. You know, I would consider them acquaintances, if not friends. But, you know, I don't know what was going on behind the scenes, you know. I know that every time Blade streams, he has to drink, and, you know, maybe because of how it is when he drinks, because it always seems to go too far, you know, maybe that's something. I mean, of course it's something, because he streams full time, he streams for a living. So doing that 5 days a week, you know, it's hard to watch somebody you love kill themselves that way. Open up my eager eyes, the Mr. Brightside. I used to go clubbing in LA, and there was always dance remixes of Killer's songs, because it was like, what was it, like 2007? Just fine, gotta calm down because I want it all. It was only a kiss. Now, Killers is definitely like people in their 30s and 40s. I would say some people in their 40s, because I was like 17, 18, I think, when they started to get like really popular. Some millennials are 40, that is true. I will be 36 in a month and 2 weeks, about. So I guess I'm not too far off from 40. Those guys got their eye on Beck. I think Beck will be just fine. I was watching her and Sheepdog stream last night, and they seemed like they were having a lot of fun. So I'm really hoping, you know, again, that it's healthier for both of them. Beck will be fine. Blade, I do wonder, like, if he sort of is dependent on having somebody that is there for him. You know, and right now he's with his friend or whatever, but if and when he has to get his own place, like, is that going to be a problem? Is he going to be able to do it, or what? Granted, I didn't know Blade before, so I don't know, like, I don't know who he was outside of Beck, because I've only known him with Beck. What do you think of Sheepdog? She's a lawyer? I did not know that. I will say, the post on IP2 comparing her to Dot from Mad TV made me laugh, because she does have like that very similar, like, not only appearance, but like mannerisms. But Dot's one of my favorite sketch characters on Mad TV, so that's a good thing. Are they just playing the Killers now? How often do you browse IPT now that Kiwi Farms is dead? Well, Kiwi Farms is back under a different link, but I don't remember what it is. And I don't think my account exists there anymore. But it does seem to have all the archives, which is interesting. So, but I mean, I do look at the IPT forums quite a bit, because There are a lot of streams that I don't want to sit through watching. I would say particularly the CX people. I don't really want to sit through a bunch of, eating and traveling stream, like not traveling necessarily, but, I don't want to sit through a bunch of eating and being on public transportation streams, which is what they, were doing for a while. I just want to see clips. So I look at the forums quite a bit. Cook is having his midlife crisis about to do math. What cut? Bye, controller. I'm not calling CX nonsense. I just mean I'm not as invested in the characters, the people, the streamers, as people who were around when they were in their heyday. I didn't even start watching any live streams until COVID. I'd heard of a lot of things, but I hadn't watched any. Have I thought about touching up the sunflowers? Yes. Yeah. So I was planning to because some of the color's starting to fade, I'm planning to get more, try to make it less eyeball-ish, nipple-ish. I am a cunt. Thank you for noticing me. Oh, show my cunt? Oh, thank you. Did I ever have a quarter life crisis? So I think when people say quarter life crisis, they usually mean 25, right? Obviously, when you're 25, it's probably not your quarter life. You're probably not going to make it to 100, but I think a lot of people call it that. I definitely did. But, it wasn't really that bad. It wasn't until my dad died that I sort of let my life go off the rails. Am I slightly happy? I mean, I don't wish that for him. I hope he gets his shit figured out. Doesn't look a thing like Jesus. That, yes. That's funny. Because you do them close together, it comes up as TFA on my chat right there. Ban this loser. I'm not gonna ban anybody, I don't really care. Unless they spam super hard, then yeah, probably, but I found that when you do that, it usually makes it worse in this community. One thing that I didn't expect, and I don't know if you can tell, this hand a little bit more so, is swollen because the arthritis is worse in my right hand, which probably looks like my left hand to you guys, but yeah. If you don't know me, I have arthritis and it's pretty bad. What made you want to take him to the home where my dad died? That never happened. My dad died in Las Vegas. We went to Las Vegas, but we didn't go anywhere near there. Quarter life crises for people that pick shitty majors and realize McDonald's or crypto's all they have left. That's not necessarily true. I didn't go to college, so my eyebrows are overpowering, are they? They're very blonde normally, so I have to color them in. And I like them like this. We could put together a hell of a streamer house at Sheepdog's house. That would be cool, actually. The Sheepdog seems actually pretty fun. I didn't know about your arthritis. That sucks. My mom had it. I hope I know. So my mom found out that she has rheumatoid a couple years ago from overuse, which makes sense because I've done a lot of labor jobs and I started working at 9 years old. So I kind of beat the shit out of my body. And I did sports and dance and stuff. So I beat the shit out of my body. I got what I deserved. Bulbous. Thanks, David Duke. Are you making the millions while they make the memes? I wish. What was the house you stopped at? That was a house that I lived in when I was like 5. And it got turned into a park, so I thought it'd be kind of cool to go to. I'm not doing OnlyFans. Yeah. Yep, song represents. Started working paid under the table on a farm that we rented a trailer on. Teddy Feezer sent you here? I don't think that's true. We are apologize. Yes. Monique is flawless. That is also. But I don't want to add fuel to that fire necessarily. I don't hate anybody, honestly. Like, it doesn't feel good for me to hate people. I don't hate anybody unless they have done something unforgivable. I don't know necessarily, I don't think, Blackout hasn't done anything to me that is unforgivable, but his threats are something I do take seriously. He threatens, legal action, he threatens violence, he threatens a lot of things. He threatens doxing, because he says that other people dox him, but I never did. So I'm not really sure why he says that. So I don't hate him, but I have no interest in mending that fence, if that makes sense. He was raging about me, that makes sense. Yeah, no, he hates me. I mean, I ran into him when I was walking home from work when he was here. And honestly, before that, I didn't really care about him. But basically, so I was like walking down the street and I saw somebody holding a selfie stick with a phone and I'm like, ooh, a streamer, cool. And then they turn around and I'm like, fuck, it's Blackout Andy. I'm like, Vegan's my friend. I don't really dislike this guy so much that I won't try to be nice. So I try to be nice. And he immediately started trying to press me and I'm like, okay, fuck this. I just want to go have a beer and go home. Like, so I just went to the bar that I was going to. I'm just like, all right, dude, whatever. He's just insecure, yeah. He just says a lot of shit that I don't really understand. I don't understand threatening violence against people or going on doxing campaigns, even if you dislike somebody. And the whole reason he dislikes Country Karen is because she bought him a 12-pack instead of a 24-pack or some shit like that. And I don't really get it. I don't why would you hate somebody for something like that enough to you could dislike somebody without having to go on a hate campaign. I don't get it. Jesus, Thomas. Yeah, he does threaten a lot of violence and I'm not really cool with that. No, Dylan, they're not. I don't know why. It's because they shared a hotel room and he expected some nighttime activities that she was not about. No. But I think at one point, he spilled beer on her items, and she, as far as I know, is a recovering alcoholic. I don't like Karen either. I don't like either of them. But I think the drama happened was that she didn't buy him as much alcohol as she bought everybody else, which is dumb. And then he, spilled beer on her suitcase or something, and she got mad about it. And so that's why they're so angry. DJ pic was him and Karen. I don't think that's true. thoughts on incels. People who decide to be a part of the incel community. I have issue with. Like they're having a hard time with relationships, that's understandable. As far as pets goes, we're not cool. I don't think we'll ever be cool. And that is fine by me. Is that my special power, David Duke? You know, if you bathe, it keeps the incels away. Good. Oh, I see what you mean. I've never taken a virginity. Do I still talk to Gucci's? Probably like once a month we text, but not very often. I haven't been very communicative with people in general lately. I've been stressed out. I've been dealing with my own shit. So. Whatever happened to the female streamer house thing? Well, that was a Peds and Zaya thing that they were planning last October, and I'm pretty sure it's never gonna happen. Mostly because I'm not cool with pets. I've met Zaya a couple times. He's alright. Probably not, okay, I'm not meaning this meanly, but probably not somebody that I'd hang out with outside of stream stuff. Nor him with me, I would assume. You have to maintain communication even when stressed out. It helps in the long run. I know. I've always been really bad at that. That's why my best friend has been my best friend since we were teenagers, is because she and I have been able to like spend a year not talking, and then, you know, we'll have like 3-hour conversations for like a few months straight every day, and nothing ever feels like time passed. Nothing, like, we keep each other updated on like the really big things in life, but in reality our friendship is so much more than that. That makes sense. Because women can't plan anything. I think it's more than just like, you know, a lot of the people that they were trying to bring were like single moms and or having a hard time. Imagine being stuck talking to me for 3 hours straight. I'm not that bad. My best friend loves me. Hi, Hector. God, I'm getting eaten up by mosquitoes, unfortunately. Baby mamas, I don't know what that means. You guys are funny. Where's my beer? I need another one. But I don't know where the gal is. I realize I'm like tucked back in here, so I have water. Mosquitoes, however, are going to kill me. The last shit show are good action movies. David Duke, that's not true. I've never had to be in that situation. I track. Monique, I assume you're talking about Meghan Markle. I gotta say, I don't really know a lot of like what her stuff is. Mosquitoes are bad this year. They were really bad last year too. You can call me Allison, that's fine. I just, you know, I try to keep this separate from my real life. Streaming is not my life. My life is work and family. Shot of vodka? No. No, he's spreading lies about me. None of that's true. They doxed real name? Yeah, I've been doxed for a while. It's not a big deal. The reality is, no matter what you do, you're eventually going to get doxed. There's very few people that aren't going to be, you know. My real life is sadder than my stream life? That's not true. Lane, I didn't know that. Are they supposed to like make it, is it like the ones that they breed with but they don't have viable eggs, so then like they eventually cull the population to some extent? Because I've heard about that stuff. And I think it's very interesting. I think mosquitoes are one of the few, well, I mean, from what I hear, mosquitoes are one of the few animals, I guess, if you consider insects animals, which they are, because there's only three things, you know, plants, mineral, animal. But they're one of the few that, you know, the ecological impact of them dying would be a net positive for humanity and for a lot of animals. There's very few, there's really actually no animals I think that depend on them as a food source. There are animals that do eat them, but not dependent on them. So from what I hear, if we can cull the mosquito population altogether, it won't really have a huge ecological impact. Don't walk near low water. Gators are rambunctious this time of year. Interesting. What does the East Indian donator do? Total troll, or did you hit you up? Definitely a troll. I definitely never had anybody that like donated to me like that. Never talked to him before. Don't know who he is. Don't rightly care. I think his posts are kind of funny. Bill Gates is releasing mosquitoes in Florida. Oh, okay, then it might be about the same thing I'm talking about, because I think that was something that Bill Gates was working on, or like the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation was. Hector, I'm actually not in Seattle anymore. I'm in Florida. Moved for visiting. I moved here last year, or last October, I guess. No, David. I wouldn't know about DJ Darren. That was a out of context clip. Monkey Island in Florida. Interesting. You liking Florida? If so, what are the main pluses? I do like Florida. I love my job. I love the people that I've met so far. In general, I think that the people are interesting and different. I think that it's a totally different place from what I grew up with, being the first time that I've lived off of the West Coast. Malaria is only in the Tampa area so far. Good, I'm an hour-ish, and I don't actually know, hour plus away. You should stream with Elisa. I don't think Elisa likes me anymore. She I mentioned this the other day, she made me an anti-Kermit Terran in her Discord, which is whatever, but I don't understand why. I don't know what I did. So, I won't be making an effort, because she also has not made an effort to reach out to me. and 50% of the bugs and a few retention ponds and salt martyr. Ew. Why did I move here? I originally moved here for a relationship. My ex and I broke up. But I decided to stay because I like my job. Being a female streamer, you clearly need a thick skin. Even with that, is it enough? I wouldn't necessarily say I have a thick skin. I'm pretty sensitive, but I've also been on like message boards since I was 11, you know, back in like the something awful days, you know, and a bunch of like random little forums that aren't a thing anymore. So I'm not a stranger to trolling. I'm not a stranger to talking shit. It gets to me sometimes, for sure. So from Sonic or Cappy, neither. You get a job waiting tables anywhere, true. But finding a place that you actually like and that you want to help succeed is harder. Kiwi farmer, yeah. No, I was never a big 4chan person. I lurked on 4chan, but I was never really like into 4chan. Tampa Mega Bowl. I'm in Orlando. Yes, I found IP2 through Kiwi Farms. I didn't really participate a whole lot on Kiwi Farms. I mostly found it because there were a few lolcows that I had like seen on and off on the internet, like, you know, things people shared from. And so when I Googled them, Kiwi Farms came up and I'm like, holy shit, these people have like, you know, archives of everything they talk about. And there's some people that I was like, I'm kind of interested. For a term, but then I would hit a gore post. Yeah, RFO, I've seen a lot of gore in my time on the internet, unfortunately. You know, being the age that I am, having been very young when the internet started, but still old enough to like, so the internet started and then I think I was like 8 or 9. I mean, the internet existed before then, but when it started becoming more commonplace was when it was around 8 or 9. I've seen a lot of things, and Rotten.com is one such website that, you know, was fascinating to me when I was a kid. I didn't have a Zanga page, but I actually still have my old live journal from like 2001. I guess I'm gonna have to run into this place, but I don't necessarily want to leave you guys here. In machines, yeah, Nubo, I had to watch a lot of that kind of stuff for some trainings that I've done. You have to watch a lot of, if you ever get forklift certified, which I've done twice, you have to watch videos of people getting in forklift accidents, a lot of which end in death, and it's kind of original e-girl. Gumby, I don't own a gun. I've been a loser bitch for decades. I like this Pebs alt. Speedo, I don't have a Speedo. I'm gonna have to go inside, I think. Okay. Will you guys watch yourselves for me? I'm not gonna lie, part of me actually thinks that is Pebs. I went inside. I don't know if the server is gone. Once a gross loser, always a gross loser. You betcha. Hi, Julia. Okay, there is nothing wrong with a bush. I don't care what anybody says. I am perfectly fine with humans having pubic hair. Do black men hit on me a lot? No, not really. This is depressing. Okay. Hi, Pork Queen. I trimmed my bush. Okay, then that's not real Pebs because, you know, we saw it the other night. You've never cut yours, Forkman? Ever? I suppose there's a certain point to which like hair stops growing. It's all about trimming, man. Once I hit my 30s, I was like, you know, I don't want to like keep getting ingrown hairs. They're meant to be. They match Zay's beard, they're meant to be. I still wonder, what if like, you know, he goes down on her and it gets caught? Bye, RFO. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. David Duke, that is accurate. You saw nothing? Lucky. It's sticking out of her shorts. Well, Paul Danino, I'm too much woman for you. This song always makes me think of my dad. I used to, when I was a kid, my sister and I spent the summers with our dad, and my dad would help my uncle out at his print shop. So, print shop being like printing presses, because this was the 90s, you know, so computer printers weren't as good as printing presses back then, really. So, when I was little, I learned how to work on printing presses and stuff, and we would always have the, like, you know, alternative radio on. My dad hated this song. Every time it came on, he would, like, get, like, viscerally angry because he hated this song that much. So it always makes me think of him now, which I'm sure is not what he wanted. Trip, I'm not sure that Attila cares about that. What with, you know, the other stuff. Chainsaw Massacre, I have him blocked everywhere. Pretty sure. Isn't the right thing to do. I also heard apparently Jules sent him, like, either sent him a photo of her on her period or talked about it or something. I didn't actually watch the clip. When you won't take it from me, you can go your own way. Go your own way. Hi, Ref. I don't simp for you. I'm mean to you. You can go your own way. Go your own way. I am going to be 36 in a month and change. Do I know how to use a rotary phone? By the way, they're called rotary phones. Yes. Did I ever have to use one? No. They did not have rotary phones when I was a kid. But do I know how to use them? Yes. Why am I singing terrible? Yeah. Waiting for you. Go your own way. Go your own way. love Fleetwood Mac. Stevie Nicks was in Orlando a few weeks ago. Oh god, it's probably a month ago at this point. It was great. 36 years of never losing weight. Well, that's not true. I used to have an eating disorder. And then my dad died. Thank you, Monique. Did I ever listen to an 8-track? No. I'm too young for 8 tracks. Hi, Jim Nick. Hi. Oh, Julia, thank you. Honestly, I wish I could sing more often. I used to love doing karaoke, and I used to do it constantly in Seattle. Obviously, when COVID happened, I stopped going to karaoke altogether because the last thing you want to do is hold a microphone up to your face that somebody breathes into. You should consider getting one again. Woof, dude. Yikes. No thanks. I'm sort of glad I got over that, yeah. Foot model? No, my feet are disgusting. I've been working on my feet for years. Oh, is that a Blackout Andy alt? And that I can block. Bye, bitch. What's my biggest regret about my dad dying? Anything you wish you could have done? No. My dad made his own bed. The reality is, like, there's nothing that I could have done to prevent it. I tried for, you know, like a decade to get him to stop. Okay, David Duke, thank you. Pee and cry stream, no. Let me see where my friend is. No getting close warnings yet. What's wrong with my feet? My feet, God. So I've been working on my feet for like 20 years. I've only maybe had like office jobs for the total of like 2 years, and I think most of the office jobs I held, I was also working in restaurants at the same time. So I've been working on my feet for so long, I can't afford pedicures all the time. So I've got calluses, I've got a fucking, what's the thing called? Where your toe gets weird? Bunion. I've got one bunion. Yeah, Trip, most of the people in my chat are good. Even the people who are trying to troll me are like not as bad as some. David, my feet were gross long before that. Even when I was like underweight though, I always looked kind of chubby. It's just how I am. These beastly arms. Try some orthotics. I actually like, so in particular when a place that I was working was concrete floors and stairs that I had to walk up and down all the time, I had to, or I didn't have to, but I purchased like $200, I think they were Danskos, something like that. Plus, I also purchased insoles that were like specifically molded to my feet for the issues that I have. And I swear to God, they weren't any better than any other shoe, and they fell apart right after, like right as fast as any of them would. Yeah, Jenny, I've been single for a while now. The octopus gets bigger. Okay. Why did I get the sunflower tattoos? They are a reference to my favorite band, which is called Refused. They are a Swedish hardcore punk band, most popular or most active in the 90s, but they are together again. They have a song called Sunflower Princess, and that's why I got them. I didn't want to get lyrics. I didn't want to get like the band name or like a logo or anything. I wanted something that, you know, a little more subtle. Jenny, my ex didn't really like, he streamed like a little bit, but he didn't like it. What ended up so like his whole thing was that he lived in downtown Orlando. One time he saw Alchie and he's like, I recognize that guy because he was like an old ICE viewer, so he recognized him from like the prison streams and shit. And so he got to talking to them. He hadn't been watching like recent IP2 stuff. And he's like, okay, like I'll hang out with these guys. And he did. And he was like, I'll try streaming, see if it's worth it. And he decided it wasn't. He decided he didn't like it and he stopped. But before that happened, we met because, you know, Alchie's a friend of mine. Some guys never cut their toenails for years. That's disgusting. And that's, you know, as a woman, please trim your toenails. You don't gotta get them done or nothing, but like trim them. Chest tats hurt. These ones, like, they only really hurt right here where like you start getting into like the softer like breast skin. But like up here it wasn't too bad. Was he any Yoba's crew? No. He's not a political person at all. You could cut ties before the lies that you've been living in. Did he break up with me? No, it was the other way around. But he moved on faster and I'm very happy for him. The angry boy, a bit too insane. I see no very secret pain. You know you don't belong. You're the first to fight, you're way too loud. Well, I'm not gonna sell pictures of my feet. I'm not interested in like any of that. I've got a reason to say, put the past away. I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friends. You could cut ties before the lies that you've been living in. Yeah, there's like nobody out right now. I'm guessing, which is actually kind of weird because it is a holiday. Like technically 4th of July is not till Tuesday, but I think the bank holiday is observed tomorrow. So I'm kind of surprised that all these people in these apartment buildings aren't like chilling. Do not think anyone knows what they are. Why did I break up with him? Honestly, I just think that we were in very different stages as far as like what we were looking for at the time. I value my alone time quite a bit, and moving cross country, moving in with somebody and not having space of my own was really difficult for me. So I think, you know, for me that was like the biggest issue, is that if I were to live with a partner again, and I said this before, but now I'm like 100% sure, if I were to live with a partner again, I definitely need to have a space that's just my own, because I do need time to be alone and recharge. David, I've never done that. Yes, partner, I am not straight. Bank holiday isn't observed tomorrow, it's observed Tuesday. Oh, okay. I would assume a lot of people probably take a 5-day weekend though. You saw Third Eye Blind, Jimmick? That's awesome. No, guapa, I don't cheat. Not wanting to be around somebody, like another human, regardless of your relationship 24/7, doesn't have anything to do with cheating. Yo, I don't know what's up with Sneaker Chop. I can't watch those streams. I don't think I would have said that. Was James actually rich? No. That was obviously a character. Like, it's very clear that it was a character. Do I like Florida or California better? Honestly, these days, Florida. If things were like they were when I was growing up, I think I would like California more, but California is a whole different state than it was when I was growing up. Did I date Chicken Andy? No. If not, would I? No. He's not only over a decade younger than me, but not my type as far as like personality at all. Well, I don't want to answer that because I don't want to call people out at all, but I also like, I feel like if you know anything about Captain, you know the answer to that. Everybody talks to Would I date AK? No. He was always just like a buddy. I think they're gonna close early here. So I think they're not supposed to close for another hour. But it's dead other than me. I don't hate homosexuals. I'm not straight myself. Everybody talks too much. Have I heard his new music? Yeah. Does he wear a thong? No, he wears like tidy whities, which he's talked about on stream before, so I can say that. Which I find 0% attractive. What's rent? My rent is like, it's not $1,500, but it's not far. All of my bills put together are over $1,500, which is really fun when your work's closed and you live on tips. He does, yeah. Son of a star, son. Everybody talks it. Florida does seem like a nice place, yeah. Jimmick, you guys should come out here. I'm sure that Face Surfer would really like it too, considering he's like into boats and shit. He's probably been here before. You've probably been here before. Well, you say seems like, so I don't know if you've been here before. I would say Orlando, probably not the place for you guys, but there are a lot of really cool places to go. There's like this area called Lake Wekiwa where you can go like canoeing or paddleboarding, and like the water's just really nice. There's a lot of like cold springs here, which is kind of interesting. Back to the PNW. I'm over it, man. I'm over the Pacific Northwest. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but living there, I don't know, I'm just not like, yeah, I would like it. Can't get out of country and only been to Destin. Oh yeah, you guys should definitely come here then. It feels like a different country, that's for fucking sure. No, David Duke, I would never let you in my apartment. But you can't get out of county. Damn. Or do you mean country? I suppose you can, right? Julia, you've been thinking of moving to the Pacific Northwest? It's gorgeous, don't get me wrong. It's just like, it's so expensive nowadays, and the reality is like, I just feel like I've done it, you know. Thank you for noticing that, tongue daddy. Yeah, David Duke, real David Duke, by the way. Maybe they're not closing down early, because I thought I saw the guy like locking the front door of like the inside, but then I saw 2 people walk in, so maybe they're not. Can't leave county, damn. So, Jimmick, is that still until like next year? Or is it like sooner than that you can travel, but maybe not necessarily stream or whatever? Yeah, the public skip card. Jesus, David Duke. That's so bad. Well, Jimnick, let me know when you guys are able to travel. I would love to see you. Tongue Daddy, do you know who David Duke is? I'm gonna try to go on vacation, but yeah, it's complicated for a year. Damn. Well, if I'm ever out your way, I will let you know. It'd be nice to see you. It'd be nice to meet you. Where's my fan? It's almost 11:11, guys. I'm getting old and saggy, yeah. Everybody does eventually. Definitely love to have you float over. Oh, that would be so fun. I love floating overs. Washington has some good spots. It's actually really fun if you go out to the Snoqualmie River. Snoqualmie River? Is that what it's called? It's like North Bend. Falls City. What's the river though? Oh, it is the Snoqualmie River. Okay. So, if you go to Washington State and you go to out to like North Bend, Falls City, you can float on the Snoqualmie River. They have like little things where you can rent the things, and it drops off right in Falls City, right by the Roadhouse from Twin Peaks. Yeah, David Duke, that doesn't sound like a thing that's gonna happen. Can somebody use AI to make a thin minute? Listen, when I'm thin, look how big my head is. My big's even head for like my fat body. My head's even big for my big fat body, right? Imagine me skinny. I look like a fucking bobblehead. I have a giant skull, guys. You don't understand. This is me doing you all a favor. Just the besting inside part though, yeah. That's a weird thing to say, Diagolon. Thank you. It's kind of weird, like, so actually, as far as aging goes, because I do see a lot of myself, like, aging now, something I've noticed is, like, my mouth is starting to look like my mom's. because, you know, your lips get thinner as you age. And it's like, I can see so much of my mouth. Hi, Scott J. Mom mouth, yeah. It's like, it's because my upper lip is getting thinner. I used to have like pretty full lips when I was younger. But it's kind of interesting because like I see my, like I can look at myself talk and I'm like, oh my God, I look like my mom. My mother doesn't do that, David Duke. My mother is a beautiful virginal angel. I was a miracle baby. Can't you tell? Get some filler? Absolutely not. Did you know, not only does filler have the potential to migrate, but even if you get it dissolved, it's never gonna fully leave. And a lot of these women who are trying to dissolve their filler right now, because they've had them filled for so long, the skin's stretched out, so they'll never have like lips that are normal. I would so much rather age as myself. I am considering maybe eventually getting Botox because I have a very expressive forehead, so then I'm like getting a lot of wrinkles up here. But like, I don't want to get filler. I would only get Botox just in my forehead or temples for migraines. Like, in general, listen, I'm gonna be 40 in a few years. I don't give a fuck. Like, my appearance is not the, like, total of who I am. I am a lot more than that. I'm a very loving and caring person. I can be funny when I want to be. Like, I don't need to be a fucking Instagram model. I'm too old to be an Instagram model. I'm too old to be an OnlyFans girl. I'm too old to be a streamer, honestly. Like, I do this because I'm enjoying it. My ex is not dating Peds, no. No, she tried to, okay. My issue with Pebs is not that she hit up my ex. I don't really care. It's not that she hit him up for a phone, whatever. Shit happens. My issue with her is that she messaged me saying, oh, you guys broke up? And I said, yeah, you know, we've been broken up for a couple months. Here's what happened. She read it, didn't respond, and within a week was in his DMs. That's shitty, like, friend behavior. That's against girl code in general. But, like, my biggest issue was her just, like, not talking to me. That's shitty friend behavior. How'd she have his contact info? We've hung out with her before. They had each other's Instagrams and shit. They followed each other. So like, that's my shit. It's like, it's more about her being a bad friend than like going after my ex, whatever. Like, if that's what he wanted, fine. It's not what he wanted and he told me about it. So, but it is like, you know, she did ask him for, oh my God, I'm getting eaten up by mosquitoes. She did ask him for a phone. She did ask him for money before that, last year, before we went public as being together. And I know so many people that she's asked for money, so. Never seen me not drinking. Yeah, because it's hard to stream when you're sober. So I don't stream a whole lot. Girl code is just known. And even then, it's like, it's not even that, it's like, whatever, if you want to hit up my ex, fine. But at least, like, if you're gonna ask me, like, what happened, at least go like, oh my God, I'm sorry to hear that. Like, at least try to be cordial or something. How do you know she did that? He told you? Yeah. My ex and I are good friends. We're very good friends. But now he's dating a very nice girl who gets him to do active things and is definitely a lot more in line with his ideals than I am. And probably more age appropriate as well. He was a bit younger than me. prepared to deal with health issues from alcohol abuse. I don't really drink that often off stream. Do I drink too much? Yeah, probably. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Right there. Fucking mosquitoes, man. Is he dating a streamer? No, he's dating a normal human being, which is good because I think none of this was healthy for him. He was not overweight. He's a little chubby, but probably not anymore now that he's like more active. And when we were together, we started like cooking more healthy, but I think we also definitely enabled each other to like ordering food sometimes. Do you know alcohol attracts skeeters? Yes. Also, my blood type, also being fat. Being fat means that you expel more CO2, which they're attracted to. Alcohol makes your blood more sweet. Type O blood, I think, makes your blood more attractive. And that's what I have. Hi, Lava. What do I think about him spreading his asshole open for men? I saw when he met Andy Dick. I'm not surprised. Jimnick, don't worry about it. He definitely says a lot of mean shit, but it's the nature of the beast, right? If I didn't want to hear it, I wouldn't be streaming here. Got like 5 mosquito bites. I'm a real jerk. Yo chat, so you need to plant at least 3 trees to offset your carbon footprint. I've planted way more trees than that. I love trees. Okay. So, I don't know when my friend's gonna be here, but probably fairly soon. So I have a decision to make. I can close out here, walk to the bar that I know is open for a while longer to wait for him for longer, still talk with you guys, or I can be done. Would I consider dating Nick White? He's definitely like sad enough looking for me, because that's sort of my type, is sad looking dudes. But he strikes me as one of those people that like punches above his weight. Not literally. Okay. Nick Fuentes now. Also, Nick Fuentes is gay. I definitely feel like they're shutting her down early. Okay. I don't know what to do here because the dark days are over. I'm gonna have to pee too. I need to. The dark days are over. Dark days are gone. Nick White is like 22. Ugh. He looks older. Hi, Remy. Never date a viewer again. Hi, Soynix Tau, and I don't think David Duke is a great man. Nick can pass for 35, yeah. He probably doesn't get carded when he's buying alcohol. Okay, I gotta close out, and then I'm gonna use the bathroom, and then we're gonna walk.
The year was 1582.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, one more beer at this other place while I wait for my friend. I will, when my friend is close, I'm going to have to turn it off because I'm not gonna put them on stream.
You got one.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy your night.
You as well. But we can have one drink together. The dark days are over. I never did that. Always wins. 2 more beers. Monique, you're pressing it. Okay. I'm gonna mute you guys and black you out, use the bathroom, and we'll go. I'm not jobless. My job is closed for renovations, but I'm not jobless. How much tip did I leave? $4? It's all good. Oh dear. Oh dear. What's up?
Hey, what's up?
How's it going? My life currently.
Really?
Say hello.
Hello.
I don't think I have very many people in here right now.
How many people?
I don't know actually. Just 30 right now.
Oh, okay. What's up,
It's
guys?
mellow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
It is closed for renovation, Dylan. Person's driving around in a Jeep blasting Beastie Boys. That's pretty sick. Exposed. Just currently job closed, yes. Hopefully not for very much longer. Might be scripted, definitely. IRL, not really. You're getting a face stream. Here, you can look at the street. I feel like I don't know. Just want my friend to get here and go home, go to bed. Tired. Sell bottled farts. Yeah, no. I wouldn't let Reform Stoic do anything to me. He is too angry of a man. I currently isn't right now, Dallas. Right at this very second, I'm talking to you guys. But, you know, I made a whole $10, so kinda. How close to the boulevard is this? Well, I'm in Orlando. So, I don't know what that means. It's a male friend. I have a lot of friends, guys. Listen, this is sort of an impromptu stream. If you have an issue with me, that's fine. I get it. I have an issue with me too. Surprised you weren't the one in here talking about farts. I'm face streaming you guys now. Just for a second. Probably just gonna do one beer. I'm honestly getting tired already. I might just walk home. What is a woman? Yes. I am a woman. Nate goes back to jail tomorrow, I heard. 30 days. It's less than those 60 days in, people. He'll be fine. What is a woman? Monique, you are such a bad influence. Hope friend gets lucky? No. Alcohol and diabetes? I don't have diabetes. Woman is a social construct. Ooh, that's good. How's it going? I don't know what he just called me, but I don't think I liked it. Okay, hang on, guys. I'm gonna drop you first. Hi, how's it going? Good.
It consumes your life. That's a fucking great game, bro.
I'm probably gonna sit at a table.
You wanna go to the booth?
Yeah.
You wanna call G13?
Yeah.
You wanna hang out with us?
Yeah. I have a stream going.
Oh!
So.
Oh my goodness.
Hello.
So I'm gonna talk to them, I guess.
Well, you could talk to them here. We would join in.
This song is played a few times. It must be like the new fucking.
What is it?
Oh my gosh, there was
It's
one
like the
that
new
came
Ratchet
on.
stripper song for sure.
My booty hole is brown or
This is
something.
it.
I'm like, what is happening?
That's the name of the that's the they say in the song.
That's the name of the song, but. There was
I felt like I didn't think you could get worse than wet ass pussy, but booty hole brown does seem like
a
it,
good
Old
song.
ladies. What is
Good
the
song.
old ladies like lip singing to it?
Right?
I love that. I love that. Crack me up.
You guys doing anything for the fourth? Buffalo or Iberian dogs.
Maybe a dog.
Veterans of Fort Worth now.
Really good.
This thing, it's bigger than my head.
Just like a little hot dog with like old Iberian meat on top, queso.
I love your sunflowers. It's my favorite
Thank
flower.
you.
I always tell people it's because it's the only flower that has character.
I feel like, you know, sunflowers are one of those flowers. Well, I don't know how old you are, but I'm 35, going on 36. So
I will be 36 as well.
I think anybody who grew up in the 90s has an affinity for sunflowers because sunflowers were on everything.
And what about like what was it like the California raisin, like era,
yeah.
and then you have the dancing sunflower too. Yeah.
People, I still see those on like the little sun ones. Those, I still see them. Hey, the dude, fuck yourself.
Have you ever seen like an actual sunflower plant like growing in a field?
They're massive.
So I'm in Brookville.
Moni gets an IPA.
They up in Brookville, stuff from Mario. So they have sweet fields, and it is a sunflower bar, and they have a maze.
I've never had to get my A1C tested because my blood sugar's never been high.
They always die and look like shit.
I'm
This
telling
guy
you,
Chris I bartended with, the Greg Bohemian, he's like Dr. Green Thumb. Like he gave me a bunch of books like Florida growing and all this stuff, and it literally breaks it down. I get maps in Florida in like different colors, and it's like what plant grows in which color, and like what. And his garden is his front and his backyard. Front yard
That's
is all
awesome.
sunflowers and like flowers and stuff, and backyard is all like lettuce, potatoes, fruit, like everything. It's fucking crazy.
that's sweet field. That's in the maze. I know, right? It's amazing.
Oh, it's so
I
pretty.
love
That's in
sweet
Florida?
field. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I always figured like to be able to see something, because I grew up in California and we had some sunflower areas, but not really good cultivated ones.
Yeah.
I always figured you had to go to like Kansas or something.
Yeah. This farm,
That's
they do
beautiful,
really,
though.
Like, and it's a whole maze. So you go through and there's
It's an
5
actual
questions.
sunflower maze.
So you go through and you answer the question and it tells you turn left or turn right.
I'm gonna have to take
Well,
my
I
stream
would take
there.
a picture of the maze.
Jordan
So they're trying to
Michigan kid.
There was like I definitely had like recurring nightmares as a kid of like going into a hedge maze and like
Right, and
never getting out.
And it was so hot. And then this one guy had a map up and he was like, it's this way, this way. We're like, we're gonna follow you.
You're like, as much fun as this is, I would like to go home eventually.
They all side by side.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. I guess I don't know really like what season sunflowers are great for.
We went, they're spring to fall.
Okay.
Or sweet field, so you can get spring to fall.
Which is a rough time for weather.
Yeah. We went in
Okay.
May. We went in May, I think.
It's still hot. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. And then, but I believe they go until like September.
Okay.
Like that.
I bet September's busy.
Yeah.
That's cool though. It would definitely be cool to check out. Probably have to bring like a parasol or something.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Or I love it. It's my happy place. Because I love sunflowers. So
Yeah.
much.
I definitely would love to check that out.
Eternity.
Of course. That's cute.
Yeah, it was.
Dallas, I don't have a. I mean, where I live sort of has a yard, but not like it's not mine. I can't garden in it or anything.
I used to grow sunflowers. I lived in Maine for a long
Really?
time, and I used to grow sunflowers. I grew the wild ones, so they're like the bird orange
Yeah.
colors.
In general, anytime I can have plants outside, I just throw like a bunch of wildflower seeds in, and just like see what
We
happens.
did. We threw a bunch of wildflowers and a bunch of sunflowers, and they blew up. And then we did like basil and tomatoes and pumpkins and squash and cucumbers. Like I had a whole little miniature farm.
That's so cool.
It was awesome.
I like stuff like that. I don't currently live somewhere where I can do something like that, but when I've lived places, I'm a black thumb, basically. I cannot keep things alive at all.
It's hard to do
But
that.
there's a lot of like, well, and I lived in Washington State, so it's like a little bit easier because the climate's very mellow.
And the soil, it has actual
And the soil
where
good?
it's down here, everything's like,
But I'm so bad at things, I would literally just be like, I'm just gonna throw like seeds out and see what happens. Like I'm not even gonna like hope for anything or try for anything.
Right.
I'm just gonna see what can like last with the kind of attention I can give it.
oh, I love
My sister's like the opposite. She's like one of those plant mom people, you know. And I'm like, I managed to kill a cactus, so.
it. I have 3 little miniature succulents right now, and then a winter cactus, and some other plants that I don't know the name of, but it's like everywhere. It's like a viney kind of plant.
Oh, nice.
But they're still living, so I'm doing something right.
That's good. Yeah, I am not good at that kind of stuff.
So what's your stream?
It's on YouTube, and it's basically just been me having a beer and talking to my chat. They're not always very nice. David, I'm looking at you. And
People are watching me right now.
Yeah.
not very many.
Well, how many is not very many?
Like, I had 30 earlier.
30 is like, if I hopped on YouTube and did a stream, there'd be like 1.
Well, sometimes I get like 100.
What was
Alright,
what was the
I'm
first
gonna
one that
start, because I
everybody was
live in
doing?
Largo, I don't live up here.
Oh, okay.
No, it was
I
fine.
came up here for an
It was the one on your phone,
impromptu
fine.
vacation.
It wasn't fine.
Well, a lot of my chat are trolls. So,
What's
fine.
your
it's Minette,
I
Minette.
did that. I collect records. I
I
literally
think
just
if you
like,
look me up, I should pop
being
up. I
home,
have.
drinking whiskey and listening to music. I was
It's
like,
a picture with my cat.
Right.
I put it on. I have like
Yep, that one.
15 people. I'm like, what are you listening to? What are you drinking? And then we just sit there.
Everyone is nicer lately, Sean. That is true.
But then I also didn't realize.
I think
that it
like
connected with your
some of the
computer,
major trolls have kind of
and it would
either
just post it
been distracted with
automatically
other
to
drama
Twitter
that's
every
going
time.
on,
It's like
or
all my buddies
they've
were
kind
like, "Yo, what is
of
this
given
random
it
shit
a
you
rest a little
walk
bit.
in your living room listening to music?" I'm like, I didn't know who did that, and now I'm very embarrassed.
What's gonna happen? He's gonna hop on every once in a while and be like, hey, I'm the sunflower girl.
He's sitting there just like,
Thank you.
well, listen.
Real name's Allison, but Minette. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was a good name.
I like it. I was trying to be, you know, sly.
Why do I seem like I need it?
No, I just like, for me personally, I could never like sit and have like a meal.
With an old fashioned?
Yeah, like I would have to wash it down with soda.
Usually, like, if I do wings, I always end up ordering, like, vodka cranberry and then hate myself afterwards because I order hot wings and I keep, like, drinking and I'm like,
Sometimes I'll see people come in there and like every once in a while, you just get somebody to like order a bowl or order tacos or something, like you want a glass of water, they eat the whole thing and then do like some water, wash it
Thanks,
down,
Sarah.
like 3 packs, like, no, like just get it hard.
Yeah, Sean, a lot of trolls tend to come on YouTube just because like you can have like a million alts as opposed to somewhere like Twitch or something.
Really random.
I know you aren't a 7-Eleven manager, you're great.
We went to the NC Theater to see the.
I was listening when I was doing something stupid or just running an RV all day.
We went there. They do like table service. They're like a waiter when you're in there. It's like a very hipster theater. It's like we order like French fries and a like bottle.
Sean, I'm
of
glad
wine.
you're trying to make more effort to be positive. I think everybody should. I think
So
that
fucking easy
Honestly, life is
We killed like
My wine is
too hard right now for everybody.
yeah, but I mean, we got Pinot Grigio, and it was ice
Let's,
cold.
let's
I was
not be
drinking
that
like
way.
water and watched the movie. We killed 2 bottles,
there's so much sugar in it.
and then we went home. And I had bottles in my fridge from just like events at work. And
So the
shit.
AK is feeling full. AK and Goo are going strong.
4 bottles of wine.
They lasted longer than me and my relationship.
I didn't even realize I got drunk. Like, what?
Sometimes a streamer elicits it with a nonsense or just knowing how to stream. It's kind of easy for trolls to punch down. It was worse on other platforms than here. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I know.
White Nubian King, I am not a Lisa.
It's the same thing.
I don't dance for
Golden
things.
Goose, It's cheaper to get the bottle of wine.
Hi, Nana.
per glass than it is to get the beverage package. But you
It's
only
Tito.
get like 2 glasses each.
Yeah, but the
Cat and mouse over the years. Streamers streaming gives you extra troll ones for sure.
Got the beverage package, and he's like, I've never.
I miss
felt
Alfredo.
Like I drink too
The
much.
irony is
Like,
that
they
I was
cut
telling
you
somebody
off.
this. I actually dated a guy named Alfredo when I was 18.
They did not.
It wasn't Sonic, obviously. Sonic is younger than me. This guy was older than me. But he was like a redhead Italian guy. So when you guys say Alfredo, that's who I think of.
2 days.
Jill and Jewel going strong, that's for sure. Yeah.
And I smelled like alcohol.
Nerd. No, I do not have sunflowers on my butt cheeks. I am not. What's their name? Bruno. I'm not Bruno. With the swastikas from Batman. Guy was probably 40. No, I was 18. He was 21, I think. We both worked in the mall. In Ventura. He was like
I would go to breakfast.
the first
and,
boy
like,
I made out with as an
By the
adult.
time I decided to think to myself, man, I'm not
I still hadn't done anything below the belt at that point.
Lobby. I was like, how many shots have I had today? We have like 26 shots. Get the fuck out of here, bro. And I started thinking, I was like, no water now.
No. No, Dallas. That was a boy named Billy who was my best friend for a long time.
Like a couple
Yeah,
days.
a
So I
few
would do,
days
like
of it.
7 or 8 day cruises. By the third
That's all lies. It's not, Snert.
more.
Yeah, for sure.
No, yeah, like my brother's like, I was embarrassed because the guy like was like, I can't serve any more alcohol. He goes, well, that's fucked up. I guess I'll just buy some now. He goes, no, I can't even sell it to you. He's like, wait, what the
Every
fuck?
time is he
No,
going?
that's what he wanted
That's
to
almost
Carnival.
any time I'll take an Adderall.
No, not Billy.
I'm like, I'm getting my money.
Hell yeah.
When you take Adderall,
What is wrong with this?
bro. I used to have a prescription, and every time like I would like take it in the morning, go to work or school or whatever I was doing at the time. I would wait until like 8 p.m. and I'd be like, okay, I can have a beer, and then like 2 hours later I'd be blacked out, like fucked up.
One beer on Adderall?
Like a few beers like would fuck
I
me
feel like
up.
it's like
Even if I'd
opposite
taken it like so long ago, man.
Sobers you up.
I would get drunk coming
It makes
home
me
and
a walking blackout. Like nobody else can tell I'm blacked out, but I'm like done
No
for.
judgment, but in my early 20s, that was
Xanax.
cocaine for me.
cocaine.
So I am like severe ADHD, so it maybe has more of like a Xanax effect on me because it like,
Yeah, no, dude, I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Sure. I used to be prescribed Adderall when I was in like middle school. They made me like so skinny and I never ate anything. Yeah. I stopped taking it, but I still like, my brain is always drifting off.
benzodiazepines are really bad for your brain.
What is it?
Benzodiazepines, like Xanax,
Adderall is?
like Xanax is.
Xanax, bad for your brain?
So they actually can like really affect your neural pathways, and they can lead to early onset Alzheimer's. I had a Xanax prescription when I was having like a really hard time for a while, and I got rid of it because I was like, I like talked to my doctor about it. She told me about these studies. I read the studies, and I'm like, I would rather be stressed out.
I didn't
Like
like
I'd
it.
rather have a panic attack now than lose my memory
The
at
only
50.
reason it stopped the panic attack is because it makes you go to sleep.
Didn't quite do that. I would take like a half a
It made me
Xanax
fall
before
asleep.
work, and I would be like chill. But I'm just like, I can't do it.
I told my doctor, I was like, I can't use this for panic attacks. I just started using THC.
Xanax and like orders one.
I need to get a medical card. So in Washington State, it's legal. Here it's not.
Like, I mean, whatever does it for you, I guess.
If I don't know if I have it.
The thing is, it's like with Xanax, it's just like a temporary
This
fix.
is my anti-anxiety.
So,
You
like,
can hit it if you want.
3 days
Should be
later,
sure.
you start getting anxiety about this. You wouldn't have gotten anxiety about it before you
That's the only time I ever did
Like
Xanax
anytime I start.
So is this actual THC or is it Delta 8?
We went to bar.
Oh, see that's.
We're already hammered.
Yeah.
And,
Wow.
I did like a Delta 8 edible when I first moved here because I'm like, all right, let's see what Delta 8 is because we didn't even fucking have that in Washington because we didn't need it because we legalized it before Delta 8 was even like a thing.
We weren't thinking anything of it.
And like I threw up violently.
Yeah, it fucks you up.
I don't like it at all. Yeah.
I feel like I should pass it around.
Dump the pill bottle out.
We all need it
All
still.
the pills. You just like take whatever you want.
No other shit.
Doesn't have like a strawberry flavor.
I didn't know you like being wet.
No strawberry flavor. It's actually pretty good.
Well, so yeah, this dude, he jumps out like a pill bottle of like random shit. And my buddy that was with us, I'm all thinking. man.
I'm not stoned, but I have to end my stream soon anyway,
He's
guys.
like, I know these are these
I'm okay.
bars. We'll take these. I'm like, all right.
Now my friend's gonna be here in like 10 minutes, and I gotta end my stream before then.
Boxers. We're like, we gotta go. This is fucking weird. But
I can't.
dude,
That's my Xanax.
I just remember I dropped my
David,
buddy-
dude, it was not the Adderall that I pissed my pants because of. It was the weed
Yo, we're gonna
Cheetos.
watch TV while I'm in. And I was like, now I'm gonna go home. The next day I find out, he's like, are you good?
So you
The
gotta
last thing he
finish
said to
up
us last
now.
night, I said, you wanna go watch TV? And he just went,
My friend's gonna be here
and
soon.
drove. Like, just left. And I was like, okay. And I was like 19, I was at my mom's house at the time, and wake up, car's in the driveway, I'm like, alright, that's good. I walk in the kitchen, I was like, so, how you feel?
Thank you, Sean. I am happy.
Like, did you think about like what we
Before you
talked
go,
about last night?
yeah, I'm not gonna
Like
do that,
I'm
David,
like,
do.
Yeah, it was good conversation. I think we got it all out there. She's like, yeah, okay, good. And it gave me a hug and left. I was like, to this day, I'm like,
Monique,
I
it's,
have no fucking clue. I got home. With
It's a
parents,
friend that I don't necessarily want to put on stream
and my
at
buddies would tell me I
this
couldn't
point.
formulate words, so
Maybe
I'm like,
eventually.
To this day, I never brought it up.
But this is going to be a short stream anyway. I do need to preserve their privacy as much as I can. Maybe someday. Monique, you're awesome. I mean, you know that. You're flawless. But I think I'm gonna finish my beer. My friend's gonna pick me up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably get food and then go to bed. Oh, I already ate you guys, so I'm good. But
Well, my same buddy, his dad got.
he's not bad.
I'm like, I don't. I stay away from caffeine and everything like that because like I can work at
Exploit them for money like Elisa? No. I can't exploit my friends.
Exhausted though. Like I'm like young
Trip.
right now.
Yeah.
I love you,
It's
friends.
like textbook anxiety.
I'm gonna chat with these people, finish my beer, wait for my buddy.
Thinking it could never stop being
I love you guys so much. Captain Coke especially because you were my donator tonight. Thank you for the $10. I'll probably go live tomorrow because I need to make this more of a habit. But it'll probably be from home. So hopefully I can figure out my computer shit. Lava, thank you.
Really
I
try
ended
to
up
sleep.
downloading this stupid sleep app because I couldn't get my mind to shut up. So
Maybe
it plays,
Dallas.
like music.
I'll see you guys soon.
Like soft music, but also, like,
Maybe
Say
tomorrow.
goodbye.
Oh, you want to say bye to
like,
my friends here?
disrupt my thoughts, so it will actually
See you guys later. We'll turn up again sometime.
They're gonna say mean things.
With the Glock boy.
Black boys
Why
on
do
there?
they?
Black boys, alright. He's a
Sorry guys, I'm reading this comments and I dropped out of high school. I don't know how to read. He said he cute. Thanks, man. Come down here and try the tacos.
Or the burrito bowl is good. What do you
Or the
call
burrito
it?
bowl.
It's pronounced birria.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Somebody said, who's the leprechaun? Apparently you're a leprechaun.
Rainbow with a pot of gold.
And somebody else said, bye
Right next to
homosexual.
Glock boy.
Alright.
Yeah, I
Bye
remember,
guys. I love you to death.
We were 19.
Death being the key word.
We had like a fake ID.
Alright, bye guys. I'll talk to you later.
And my buddy got, his dad got